Here, in fact, his mind interprets that in that fashion. In some ways, we can say if he's caught in the throes of nihilism, he has to find meaning.
What the media takes, what the media picks out of that whole speech and then takes public to the inner circle.
Ici, donc ça c'est le dentiste. Qui est allé chez le dentiste?
What other factors are important distinction between this book and Habila Gessner? Be sure to cite at least 2 passages from it.
Just 10 to the k-1 plus d sub k-1 dot 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 all the way down to at d sub 0.
And then you get the sum
plus,
of all
and then these are all the digits.
Yeah, that's awesome.
My philosophy of teaching is really first to create an atmosphere for an active and participatory learning. And for that, I'm really known as a person that likes to engage students.
I think the great thing about Marlboro faculty members is that they're really willing to meet you wherever you are. Instead of having to have a very, set structure of we must do this at this time and get this accomplished. There's that sort of mutual relationship of bouncing ideas off of one another that makes the process really great and rewarding.
My experience of that as a faculty member is so variable or flexible depending on what the student asks for. Because what we're aiming for is the advice that we think will get the student to do the best work for themselves. And that's a little different in every case.
Marlboro is so much about teaching to individuals. It's so rewarding and so interesting to be able to know as much about the students that I work with as I do know, and to watch every development that carries them forward.
Studying something like philosophy, it can easily become just like a purely intellectual pursuit, but having someone who really feels like a mentor allows it to become something that could be lived and really sort of tested with my experience.
We go out on several hikes throughout the course of the semester. For example, we climb Mount Olga in Molly Stark State Park just down the road. And at the top of this mountain is a lookout tower. And we read beat poetry at the top of the lookout tower. Jack Kerouac, Gary Snyder, Philip Whalen, and others actually served as fire lookouts. It's just an amazing luxury to have. Something that makes Marlboro very appealing as a teacher, and I think probably as a student as well.
Even other small schools where you have small classes where it's 20-some students, it's really different between 20 and having 10. This semester I think the biggest one I'm taking might be 5 or 6 students, and I think that difference means more attention and better learning environments.
As a teacher here, just knowing that small student-faculty ratio also fosters a really intense community outside of the classroom. And so while the ratio within my classroom might be 1 to 6 or 1 to 11, I think a lot of schools boast similar ratios. But I think what makes us unique is that the community as a whole maintains an intimacy that isn't found in many places.
The board did deeply investigate the whole matter of...
Most faculty, almost all the faculty come to town meeting, and most are involved in various committees, so there's plenty of ways to know faculty even if you don't take a class with them.
The project of yoga is the project of trying to kill those desires and to suppress them.
I just love having connections with the students as not just students, but as colleagues doing intellectual work together. We're working on the farm together, we're playing soccer or basketball together. Walking down to the dining hall between classes. Everybody eats together, and there's a sense of not just intellectual camaraderie, but a sense of community, and I feel so grateful for that.